So go ahead, put your headphones on and relax. Alright, how's everybody doing tonight? Tonight's bubbly flavor is grapefruit, bubbly. On the tab it says, "Hey you," and on the side of the can it says, "Hold cans with me." Bubbly. The football season always moves way too fast for me. Okay, let's look at the week 5 matchups here. The Thursday night game, we had the Los Angeles Rams defeat the Seattle Seahawks 26-17. Not really surprised there. But let's just take a look at these games on Sunday. Alright, my picks for week number 5 here are as follows. I like the Atlanta Falcons over the New York Jets. I like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers over the Miami Dolphins. I like the Carolina Panthers over the Philadelphia Eagles. I like the Los Angeles Chargers over the Cleveland Browns. Give me the Green Bay Packers over the Cincinnati Bengals. I'll take the Minnesota Vikings over the Detroit Lions. I'll take the Pittsburgh Steelers to upset the Denver Broncos. I feel like Pittsburgh is not good this year, but Denver started out 3-0 over some horrible competition. They did get beat last week, but I just feel like Denver isn't good either, even though they're 3-1, just because they haven't the Steelers to upset the Broncos there. And then I'm also going to take the Washington football team to upset the New Orleans Saints. As good as the Saints and Jameis Winston looked in week 1 against the Green Bay Packers, that seems like a long time ago now, though, doesn't it, for both Green Bay and New Orleans? And a lot of chalk this week, but I'm going to take Washington to upset New Orleans. I'll take the Tennessee Titans over the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'll take the New England Patriots over the Houston Texans. Give me the Las Vegas Raiders over the Chicago Bears. The Dallas Cowboys over the New York Giants. I'll take the San Francisco 49ers to upset the Arizona Cardinals. I feel like this is probably the longest shot pick that I'm making this week. Kyler Murray has been balling out this year. I feel like they're not going to win them all. Arizona's the last undefeated team. I feel like it could be a trap game. San Francisco lost to Seattle last week. They've looked inconsistent at best. I'm going to take them. I'm going to take San Francisco to hand Arizona their first loss. Sunday night game, Buffalo Bills versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Should be good. I'm going to go Buffalo. I'm going to go Buffalo in an upset. That'll put Kansas City's at 2-2 right now. That'll put them at 2-3. They got that target on their back. They've been to back-to-back Super Bowls, so give me Buffalo in an upset. And then Monday night, I'll take the Baltimore Ravens over the Indianapolis Colts. So, to recap, my winners are the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Carolina Panthers, the Los Angeles Chargers, the Atlanta Falcons, the Green Bay Packers, the Minnesota Vikings, the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Washington football team, the Tennessee Titans, the New England Patriots, the Las Vegas Raiders, the Dallas Cowboys, the San Francisco 49ers, the Buffalo Bills, and the Baltimore Ravens in Week 5. Lock it in. Alright, so those are my picks for Week 5. Just some thoughts on the season so far. Oh, by the way, I still have my hair. It's just tied up. Week 1. Okay, Green Bay looked horrible in Week 1, didn't they? There were a lot of people that were very hasty, in my opinion, very hasty to throw Aaron Rodgers under the bus and say that the Packers are going to be trash this year. But I knew better, and y'all should have known better too, because the Green Bay Packers have a history of, not looking great throughout earlier parts of the season, and they always seem to figure it out. And that's what happens when you have one of the all-time great quarterbacks like Aaron Rodgers. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are looking really good. The West is stacked. It's not just a basketball thing anymore, which, by the way, basketball season coming up, I'm pumped for. But no, the West in football, the NFC West, you got San Francisco, LA, Arizona, and then Seattle. Probably Seattle looking like the worst in that division right now. There's still a lot of football left to play. Then you got the AFC West, Kansas City, of course. LA, again, the Chargers are looking really good. I don't expect them to make it to the Super Bowl or anything like that, but I do love the way that Justin Herbert throws the ball. I like the Chargers a lot, I do. And then you got the Raiders and Denver. So Denver's definitely the weakest in that division, I think, even though they're not in the cellar of it right now. I think teams in the AFC that can compete for the Super Bowl include Kansas City, Buffalo, Cleveland. I don't love the way that Baker Mayfield played last week. I wonder if his shoulder is kind of bothering him. We'll get a good look at him this week probably and see it's like, but he did not look good last week at all. Missed a lot of throws. I know that his shoulder injuries on the left shoulder, so it'll be interesting to see if he can get it straightened out here. Week 5 against the Chargers. Between in the AFC, Kansas City, Buffalo, and Cleveland. I would be surprised if it was not one of those 3 teams. Baltimore has a chance, but you know, Lamar and Baltimore always seem to get shut down in the playoffs. But you can't count them out. You cannot count them out. And in the NFC, boy, there are a few teams in the NFC that I could see. The Rams, the Buccaneers, of course, the Green Bay Packers, the Niners, the Cardinals, a few teams, even the Cowboys have looked very good. Again, though, not sure I trust them in the playoffs. There's some stiff competition out there. Green Bay, Tampa Bay, the Rams. Something about the Rams. You know, they've beaten Chicago, Indianapolis, Tampa Bay, and Seattle. And their loss came to Arizona, but they lost by 17 to Arizona. That game was not close. They looked bad that game. But Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods paired him with Matt Stafford and Sean McVay. I like the Rams, and I think that they're going to be there. They're going to have an opportunity at the very least at the end. But you can never count out Aaron Rodgers. You can never count out Tom Brady, obviously. And the play's been really good so far this year. Pittsburgh looks like they're about done. Don't know who's going to win a game first between Detroit and Jacksonville. Jacksonville looks like a hot mess. Urban Meyer, a hot mess. The Detroit Lions look like a hot mess. I like that doesn't really surprise me. Neither one of those things. Detroit and Jacksonville went about the way that I thought that they would go. The New York Jets, they're not very good right now, but I feel like they're heading in the right direction. Denver, I feel like, is not as good as their record. The New Orleans Saints, very interesting. Kind of interesting to think about who's going to finish second in that division. The Saints or the Panthers. The Panthers have looked pretty good. Sam Darnold looking nice out there in Carolina, and their defense is much improved. And we'll see if CMC can get on the field and stay on the field. That'll definitely help them out as well. Houston is a joke. The New England Patriots are not that good, but you can never count out the Buffalo Bills. Could this be the year the Buffalo Bills get over the hump? I tell you, one of the biggest surprises to me for this season has been Tennessee. I know I'm jumping all over the place here, but that's what happens when I haven't made a video in like a month. So I'm just kind of jumping everywhere here, but the Tennessee Titans have surprised me this year. I really thought that they would be good. he's been sensational. My starting lineup week 1 was Ryan Tannehill, Antonio Gibson, Aaron Jones, Julio Jones, Amari Cooper, and Mike Williams. And then my tight end was Jonnu Smith, but I picked up Dawson Knox for the Buffalo Bills, and I've been starting him the last couple weeks. And then my kicker is Seattle's kicker, and I got San Francisco's defense. So 2-2 right now. Gonna stay on the waiver wire and keep improving my team. And yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. All I gotta do is get into the playoffs, and you never know what can happen then. this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe.